Happy Monday, guys. Today's home workout is for time. We have 30/25 calories. If you don't have a machine that can calculate calories for you, you can just go for burpees instead. And then 20 hang power cleans, 10 front squats, 20 hang power cleans again, and then back to those calories or those burpees. This workout, guys, is mainly centered around weightlifting, cycling, so trying to get comfortable, whether it's a barbell or if it's a sandbag that we're using, getting comfortable with cycling that weight and building that endurance and that movement. If you don't have a barbell available to you, I'd encourage you to see if you can find something like a sandbag for this workout. This is perfect for doing those hang power cleans to get a good strength building workout out of it. And also, you'll be able to do these positions perfectly with them sandbag, cleans to the shoulder, and then front squat, you can hold in that front rack or kind of like in a bear hug position. Really mimics those movements that you would do with a barbell. So I encourage you to see if you can find something similar to a sandbag there. Again, guys, for the class, there's a 10-minute time cap. So try to push the finish within that 10-minute time cap. To give you an idea, again, you don't have to cap yourself for this workout. I encourage you guys to finish this workout all the way through. Other than that, this one should get a little bit faster towards the end there. So 20 hang power cleans, see if you can bump up your speed compared to the first half there, and then at the end, those calories or those burpees, try to sprint them off. After this workout, guys, we're gonna cool down with lower back stretch and a pancake stretch. So really trying to open up that QL muscle around there, and then getting those adductors opened up in that pancake stretch really helps you guys with those hinging and getting comfortable with the bottom of the squat for the next workouts to come. So hope you guys enjoy the workout and the afterburner today. We'll see you guys next for the warm-up video.
Okay guys, for our warm-up today, we are starting off with some alternating Deadbug leg and arm raises. So we're doing this for a minute and we're gonna do 2 rounds of this. So we're gonna start off on our backs here in that Deadbug. So head and neck relaxed, arms are gonna be up in the air, and then I'm gonna bring my feet up. I'm gonna try to keep my legs straight if I can, arms straight, and then I'm gonna alternate. As my right leg goes down, my left arm goes overhead. Never go too low where you start to overarch that back. You want that low back pressed into the floor the whole time. So we're again just switching from one side to the other. Notice how I'm doing this slow in control. I always find controlling this movement to be more beneficial, especially since we're just warming up that core. You're gonna do that for a minute, take a little break, and then you're gonna go for another minute. After you're done that, you're gonna go for 3 rounds, starting off with some bent over rows. There is a little adjustment than the normal bent over row because we're doing this from the deadlift position. So normally when we do bent over rows, we would have our object and we keep our legs relatively straight, maybe not fully locked out, but we'll keep them relatively straight. From here, we actually want to be in a deadlift position. So my shoulders are going to be just a little bit ahead of the object, my shins are going to be straight in the air, and of course my back is going to be flat. Notice how my head and neck is neutral, so I'm not looking straight, I'm looking in a neutral position, lengthening the top of my head, the crown of my head all the way down to the bottom of my spine. And I'm just gonna squeeze those shoulder blades, pull my object in, and then back down. We're going for a set of 10 of those. Of course, I'm keeping my elbows tucked in tight to my body, and I'm trying to engage those upper back muscles at the top by squeezing them together. Once we're done that, we're gonna go for 8 tempo deadlifts. So for our tempo today, we don't actually have a time that we want you counting it out. We just want you guys going slow on the way down. So we're getting to that bottom of that deadlift position, head and neck neutral, push with the heels, open the hip. We're gonna squeeze that butt, rib cage is down, and then on the way down, nice and slow, we're gonna hinge at that hip, pushing it back. When your hands get about to knee position, we're gonna lower the rest of that movement with the legs. So remember, we're not just lifting with the legs, but we're lowering with the legs. You can stand up at a normal speed, go a little quicker. On the way down, we're really slowing it down. Once you're done 8 of those, you're gonna go for 6 hang muscle cleans per arm. So in the hang muscle clean, we're gonna start off by standing with our dumbbell. We're gonna push that hip back just like we did in the deadlift, but this time I am looking straight. My back and chest is a little bit taller. I'm gonna think of squeezing my butt, driving my elbow up, and then catching my dumbbell on the shoulder. So again, hips go back, push my elbow up, catch it on the shoulder. Notice I'm not catching it in a dip position for now. We're just warming up with the muscle clean. You can do all 6 on one side, or you can alternate if you like. We're doing 3 rounds of that. We'll see you for the workout next.
Those 9 hang power cleans, so again, you guys can use that same weight. If you're going single arm, let's go 9 per side, or if you have a barbell, just go 9 total as prescribed. For those hang power cleans, guys, we're gonna bend over at the hips, kind of like that bent over row position. From here, we're gonna drive through the legs nice and hard. As we drive through the legs nice and hard, pull through the elbow. We're gonna land in that front rack position. So that front rack position, elbows tall, hips are back. Then we're gonna stand it up from there before we start our next rep. So nice hard drive, elbow through, hips back, and then stand it up. Make sure, guys, it's common. We're going to be kind of wanting to let our knees kind of go forward and catch with those femurs. We want to push the hips back as we catch it. Front squats. So for those front squats, guys, we're going to keep that weight on that front rack position. So we're going to really pull our elbows up, flare those lats out so we can stay nice and tight here. Make sure you're in your squatting stance. Again, you can go single arm there, or you can go with that one object right in the middle. We're gonna come all the way down, keeping those knees out, chest nice and tall. Make sure that weight is distributed evenly amongst the full foot, and then drive straight up. As we stand up, think about driving up with those elbows as you come out of the bottom of the squat.
Hopefully you guys hit those 5 rounds. Let's cool off now with some mobility. First stretch, go for 2 minutes, and so you're just holding it in the stretch, guys. For this stretch, again, it's the low back that you're trying to emphasize. So you are going to round your back. You're going to start by being in the seated position. Bring your heels together. Depending on your flexibility, see if you can get your arms underneath it. But if your flexibility is a little bit tight, you can grab your toes, pull yourself slightly forward. If you start noticing that you're kind of comfortable in this position, slide your arms underneath your shins. Where now you're placing your elbows to the floor, bringing you that much lower. Notice how my back is rounded. To get into this stretch, you want to really just kind of decompress and let everything go. So breathe through it, guys, and just relax your body. Okay, so as you're in this position, you want to be relaxed, to let all that tissue in your back just really slowly open it up. If you find that it's hard to breathe, back it off a little bit, okay? Now you're gonna create tension, you're not gonna really get a good stretch, okay? So go as low as you're comfortable. If you have better flexibility than me, you really wanna get lower and lower and lower, guys, to the floor, where you're almost gonna tucking your belly button in to get your QL of so the low back muscle. When you're done the 2 minutes there, then you're gonna go 2 minutes in the pancake stretch. You don't need a post, but you can use a post if you have something at home, or you can grab a door jamb where you kind of reach in to one side. You wanna kick out your feet as wide as you can. Play around with your position of your toes. Sometimes I'll stretch it with my toes going forward, sometimes I'll pull my toes in. They adjust the stretch just slightly different, okay? So first I'm gonna start with toes in. I'm gonna grab that post, I'm gonna pull myself in. This one's gonna round your back a little bit as well, but your emphasis is on your groin, so your inner thighs. You're pulling yourself in. If you're not getting much of your inner thighs, maybe bring your toes back or forward, kind of play around with the position of your foot. Or last, like I mentioned, you can point your toes where when I point my toes, I'm able to get a little bit deeper of a stretch. Okay, so play around with it, emphasize your groin. You're gonna hold that for 2 minutes to cool off today, guys. We'll see see you tomorrow for the next workout.